I'm Joe, and as I sit here watching the Yule log the only way I know how to watch anything, through the internet, I figured I'd take a moment and read and share my thoughts on a true Christmas classic. So here's what the average consumer thinks of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Riveting. The excitement just leaps off the page. The stockings were all hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas will soon be there. Look at this. Nothing is going on. The children, finally, a character, were all nestled, all snug in their beds. Great, we finally get some characters, and they're all sleeping, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. We get to see what our characters are dreaming about. Is it a scary Easter bunny? No. Is it Bill Murray singing the top 40? No. What are they dreaming about? Candy. Like popular candy, like Butterfingers or Kit Kats? No. Sugar plums. Sugar plums. Sounds like a trick your grandparents used to try and get you to eat a disgusting fruit. And Mama in her kerchief, and I and my cat had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. Not only are all the characters so far not doing anything, but they plan on not doing anything all winter. When out on the roof, there arose such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. What's the matter? You're expecting Santa Claus. Do you act like this when the pizza guy shows up? The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. Okay, so if Santa's in the distance, then who's on your roof making such a clatter? With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. Weird. My parents told me Santa doesn't come unless you're asleep, but whatever. More rapid than eagles. Nothing is more rapid than eagles. God bless America. His coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. No Rudolph? To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. The worst landing directions ever. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricanes fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew. Kinda like Iron Man. With the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. And the kids haven't woken up yet? Are Sugar Plum Fairies really that entertaining? As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came, with a bound. Since this guy was up, couldn't he be a little bit courteous and just let Santa in through the front door? He was dressed in all fur, from head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. He wouldn't look like that if you just let him in the front door. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. So let me get this straight. This guy got on top of a house, went in through an open vent, had a bag full of stuff that didn't belong to him, and he was putting things back? Yeah, that kind of seems like a bad excuse to me. No, I was giving kids these toys. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. Sounds like he's high, too. His droll little mouth was drawn open like a bow. and drunk, and his beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth. And the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. So that's how he spreads holiday cheer, through contact buzzes. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. Yeah, a person tends to put on a couple pounds when they only work one night a year. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. Yeah, to sum everything up so far, this guy's wife and kids are sleeping in the other room when a person who might be drunk and or high breaks into his house. This guy just sits there and laughs. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. Every man has that typical "I can take him" thought. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and he filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. Sounds like a masturbating crossdresser. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. Remember kids, going like this will help you fly. Especially if you're in someone else's house, with a bag of their stuff. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like down of a thistle. And I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And that's what the average consumer thinks of 'Tis Was the Night Before Christmas.